What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Welcome to another episode of Future Unicorn. It's your boy, Roy, CEO of SolarWind Innovations. And I'm not going to forget, we've gone through, almost a dozen episodes now, and I have not been telling y'all to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and please share these episodes with your friends and family. It'll mean a lot to me and the team. It's going to be a consistent thing. It'll be amazing going back and watching the progress that we've made over the weeks to come, especially once we get our office and we completely change the style of how we do these Future Unicorn episodes. It'll look so much better, much more like a real docu show, kind of like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, except we're not crazy, I don't think. But yeah, so please like and subscribe. I do know that there were some questions from the community about what a unicorn is. I guess I've neglected to kind of address that at the very beginning. So what a unicorn is in the startup world is a startup company that reaches a valuation of $1 billion. So that is our immediate first goal as a future unicorn company, is to make revenue streams and to get a business model and investments from VCs, angels, and you guys. So don't forget our WeFunder page and the SolarWind token. All these accumulation of things, once you start doing your rounds of funding. So, for example, this round of funding, once we close it, SolarWind Innovations will officially be valued at about $3 million or so. So the next round of funding we do, whenever you do rounds of funding, it typically goes higher. So let's say, for example, the next round of funding we do would put us at a $100 million valuation, and then the next round would put us at the $1 billion valuation that we're seeking. That is what investors want to see. They want to put their money in companies that have the potential to become billion-dollar companies. Of course, here at SolarWind Innovations, we're looking to go beyond that. We want to be a trillion-dollar unicorn. So that's 1,000 times bigger than a billion, and we fully believe that we can reach that because we have the business model to do it. We have the team, we have the know-how, we have the savvy, we have the quirks, we have everything. So that's what we're going to be striving for, that trillion-dollar unicorn status. But of course, to get there, you have to hit regular unicorn status. And before you get there, you have to close our first round of funding. So that's one thing I'm going to be working hard this week, is to really get that closed, getting in touch with at least 5 VCs a day, or at least filling out the application for 5 VCs a day, trying to get in touch with like at least 5 to 10 angels a day, getting through my contact list. It's a gruesome job, but it's also, or not gruesome, but it's a tedious job, but it's definitely necessary and part of the job title. Excited to hopefully get it closed this week, and we could really start getting some good growth, some really good growth. So, not gonna lie to you guys, today has been a pretty gloomy day. Hard to get motivated when it's like this. It's been storming and raining and cold, and just haven't had my mind right. But you know, you got to persevere every single day. There's going to be days where your energy and your motivation is going to be low. I'm not saying the motivation is low, but the energy is definitely low. But that's not an excuse to not get work done. You always got to keep on working day in and day out. So yeah, before I get going, just going to leave y'all with this story that I heard on TikTok that I thought was really awesome. So there's this farmer. He was looking for someone to take care of his crops and the animals and everything. So he put out a job application, and when he put out this job application, he had a handful of candidates apply. So he interviewed them. They were all okay, but one man in particular stood out. So he interviewed this man, and he asked him, the same questions he asked everybody else. So what skills do you have that makes you think this is a good fit for the job? And the man said with completely full confidence, I can sleep when the wind blows. So the farmer was confused. He was like, well, that's not really an answer. So he was like, okay, well, like, what do you mean by that? Like, can you give me a little bit more background? And the man just, with a straight face, full confidence, I can sleep when the wind blows. So the farmer just was baffled. He was like, well, I don't know. That's not really a real answer, but he projects himself with so much confidence that I'm going to give him a shot. So he hires him over the course of the next few weeks. He's doing his job. He's taking care of the animals. He's making sure that all the tools are put up. He's taking care of the crops. And he's doing a really, really good job. But then there's this one night in particular that a really bad giant, like it was a really terrible storm that was coming through. And the farmer got up and he tried to wake him up, because this gentleman also lived on the same property. He lived in like a shack in like the attic or something. So he gets up, freaking out that the storm's coming through. He gets up, he's knocking on the door. He's like, hey, wake up. We need to go put the animals up, and we need to make sure that like everything is great before the storm comes in. It's going to ruin a lot of things. And he's doing all this knocking, and then he puts his ear to the door and hears that he's snoring. Everything he did to try to wake him up, he couldn't get up when the storm was coming through. So he gets mad, and then he runs over to the barn to try to get everything put up himself. When he realizes that all the animals are already put up, all the tools are put away, the doors are tied shut, like everything was like already prepared for this incoming storm. And then it finally clicks in his head. Oh, now I get it. He could sleep when the wind blows. He does everything right every single day so that whenever a storm comes through or turbulence happens, he doesn't have to prepare. He's already ready. So that's just the moral of that story. That's what we're doing, striving here at Solar Wind Innovations, to do everything right from the very beginning, so that whenever turbulence comes through, whenever FUD happens, whenever the market is down, we know that we can sleep when the wind blows. So I love you guys. See you next episode for Future Unicorn. See you next time.